Hey guys! Welcome to our channel. Today we're going to talk about Greek life, sorority life, recruitment, our experience. So let's get started.
Yeah. We formulated a list of 10 questions all around Greek life that we'll answer for you guys. Our first question is, what initially interested you in Greek life? I had no idea what Greek life was like at all coming into college. I just knew some friends that were older than me went through Greek life, so they were really pushing me to do it, but I had no idea what anything was like, so I just decided to try it out.
Yeah, so my only context for Greek life prior to joining and trying it out was like Legally Blonde, like movies like that, so very stereotypical. None of my family or anybody was in Greek life. I think what attracted me to Greek life was in kind of silly movies like Legally Blonde and things. It seemed like you always had like a really good core group of friends, so I was really looking for that core group of friends, and going to a really large university like we go to. I felt like it would maybe help me to make a smaller community at the large university.
I think college can be kind of overwhelming and scary at first, especially when you're going to this new place, you don't really know anybody, so it felt like a good opportunity, I guess, to find my niche in the school.
Why did you go through recruitment? So very similar to like, why were you initially interested in it?
I guess I just had friends that were in Greek life and told me to do it, so that was kind of my main motivator.
For sure. I went through recruitment just cause, I guess. I just decided to try it out. I wasn't completely sure if I'd join a sorority, but I decided to go through recruitment to kind of get a better taste of what is Greek life about, just since I kind of had no context of what it would be like. I wanted to go through recruitment to get to know different sororities, different houses, and see how I might fit in there.
What is recruitment like?
It's a big question.
Yeah, so I guess we both can tackle this one, but at least for our school, Greek life is big, but it's not like enormous.
Massive.
At our university, not everyone's in Greek life, so it's not like if you're not in Greek life, you're not part of the school or whatever. It's not like a big thing, but it's like decently sized, if that makes sense. But our recruitment was 5 days, right? It was
yeah, probably 5.
Yeah.
6 days, but technically 5 where you're actually meeting with sororities. There's an info session day where you could just get basic information on what recruitment would be like. The first day we actually go to sororities is called open house, where we go to school. You meet with every sorority on campus and speak for like 5 minutes, just very high level, basic get to know you type stuff. The next day you're invited to a certain number of houses, so it kind of cuts down the number of houses you go to each day, and that is house tours, so you get a tour of all the houses, which is actually kind of fun.
Yeah, I like that day a lot.
Yeah, and that one's probably like 10 minutes of talking. It kind of goes up.
Yeah,
I
it's
get
like
to know you a little bit more.
10-15 minutes. You're like walking around the house, so I feel like you're talking more about the house, not as much about yourself.
And getting an idea of like the feel of the house. Next one is philanthropy. So that one's about each sorority has their own philanthropy that they focus fundraising on and do events for. So that day the sororities talk about the philanthropy that they're focused on.
So then after philanthropy, it's preference round. So you have your 2 final houses. Those conversations are a lot longer. They're like 45 minutes. You have more deeper conversations, I guess. So preference is the final round.
You only go to 2 houses.
Yeah.
At least for us, we only go to 2 houses that day. It's your kind of those 2 that you're trying to decide between, or that they're trying to decide on people for. So, and then the last day is bid day, which is like the most exciting
that
day.
was my favorite day for sure.
For us, we sat on a giant field, and everybody got an envelope with your bid card in it. And they kind of did like a countdown, like 1, 2, 3, and you rip open your card, and on your card it says what sorority you're in. It's kind of a mutual relationship, so you rank your sororities that you're interested in every day, and they rank kind of the people that they think they mesh best with. So then they, at least for us, like a computer system kind of matched us together based on like, we ranked you high, you ranked us high, and then it matched you up. which is really cool. So another big question we always get is like, what do you wear during recruitment? And it's different for every day. It gets more and more formal, I guess, as the rounds go on. So like for open house, it's pretty casual. I feel like I wore like, actually we were given a t-shirt. Everybody had matching t-shirts that day.
Yeah,
you got
it was the same shirt for everyone, had all the houses on it, and you just wore whatever bottoms you wanted, so shorts, jeans, a skirt, and then flats.
No heels that day.
Yeah.
The next day, house tours, I feel like I probably wore like dress slacks, you know, kind of business casual.
Yeah, it was like business casual. I think I just wore a skirt and a shirt, and then still flats again.
I really tried to focus on like cool accessories to stand out. I know like when I was watching all kinds of YouTube videos on recruitment, it was like, wear a really cool statement necklace. That way they can be like, oh yeah, I remember that girl, you know, she had a really cool necklace on. I know it sounds silly, but just trying to like jog people's memory by standing out with your
It's
clothing.
kind of hard because they talk to so many people, so it's hard to, I don't know, stand out a little bit more. Philanthropy is a little bit more dressy, so I think I wore like a romper and wedges.
Definitely heels on this day.
Yeah,
like wedge heels, not like stilettos or anything.
So not like crazy fancy, but pretty nice.
And then preference day is by far the most formal day. So I wore kind of a pretty formal
I
dress.
wore like a really nice dress.
Yeah,
like my graduation
like a cocktail dress
from
like
high school.
I think I wore like cocktail attire and some nice, pretty high heels. You're only going to 2 houses that day, so you're not like walking everywhere. So heels are more manageable.
I still took off my shoes though.
Yeah, between houses.
Yeah, I was like running with my heels.
Midday, what do we wear? Just another day with like jeans?
It was like it's kind of like open house where you're more casual because they're gonna give you your shirt there.
So you open your card and you say, I got blank blank, and then you run to them to like, they have their letters and they're standing holding up their letters. Like, what are you doing here? Holding up their letters, and they have t-shirts for you. So just really casual. I probably wore like a tank top and jeans so I could throw a t-shirt over. And that day's really fun because it's, you go back to your new sorority house, or I mean, I guess some places don't have houses, to your go with your sorority, and their celebration, there was candy and a festival type food, and it was fun.
Yeah,
I
love a good day.
How should I prepare for recruitment? That's our next question.
Well, I didn't prepare at all. I literally signed up an hour before the deadline. I didn't look up any YouTube videos on Greek life. I really went in blind, which I think kind of helped me in a way. I felt like I was more myself, more authentic, I guess. I didn't like look up any videos of like what I should say or how I should act, but also I think it's important to maybe know more about like what you're putting yourself into.
For me, for preparation, I did prep. I watched a ton of YouTube videos, maybe more than I should have. I probably psyched myself out a little bit more than I needed to. But I watched a ton of like what to wear, things like that. So there are tons of resources on outfit ideas for different days and what you should and shouldn't talk about. I think as much as like there are certain things that videos will say you're not supposed to talk about, just be yourself. I think the biggest things maybe not to talk about that videos will say is like money. So don't be like, my dad makes blah 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 money, or my mom makes this much money every year, or we go on these fancy vacations every year. I think kind of that more self-absorbed conversation is kind of you're supposed to steer away from. Another one that I think I was told not to talk about was like drinking. So don't be like, oh, I was so trash last weekend. Because one, most of the people that are going through recruitment aren't 21, and sororities are big on rules. So definitely I wouldn't be talking about your trashed bad decisions from the weekend. And boys, like, just, I slept with this guy one time. Just
be smart about like what you're saying.
You're making a first impression.
It's like common sense, I feel like. So
for most people. I mean, some people say whatever they want, but I just think about first impression.
Okay, so what was your favorite and least favorite thing about Greek life? My favorite thing was definitely the friendships that I made. I am still so close to my big. She's one of my best friends. And then also getting a little was really exciting. I just think the friendships that you make through Greek life really last. My least favorite thing about Greek life, I guess the cost. It's kind of expensive. There's kind of a lot of like rules, and yeah, I don't know. I think like the cost can be a lot.
My favorite thing was probably, first of all, like the friendships I made. I felt like I gained a really great community joining Greek life. I was nervous to go to school, and I made some really solid friendships right away, which was awesome. Another favorite thing was having a reason to dress up. So sororities have like spring formals and fall formals and semi-formals and things like that. So it was nice to have a reason to wear a nice dress. I think a lot of people in college, I mean, you really don't dress up because you don't have a lot of big events to go to. So it was kind of fun to have a reason to dress up. Probably some things I didn't like. Definitely the cost. It was expensive. And, you know, Greek life obviously does tend to attract some people who are maybe a little bit more well off because it is expensive. So sometimes I felt like it was a bit of a competition, like I couldn't wear the same dress twice to an event or things like that, which obviously is not a rule, but I felt like that. So yeah, maybe that was one of my least favorites.
What are the benefits of Greek life? There are like a lot of benefits. I think, at least for the house that we were in, they were pretty stickler about like grades, so it was kind of was helpful to have that enforcement. There's a lot of connections as well, just
networking, professional networking.
Yeah, exactly. I think networking is definitely huge. And then also there's benefits post graduation when you stick with the sorority, because for example, if you like travel to a different state and there's a sorority house near you, like they'll always take you in. There's that alumni kind of networking again. But yeah, there's like a lot of benefits of Greek life, I think.
So for me, like, I mean, I always was a really good student, but in high school I feel like I didn't think it was cool to focus on grades. And I think when I joined a sorority, I saw all these girls that were just doing like really amazing things, that were like volunteering constantly or started their own non-profit, like just like crazy stuff that I was it was like a lot, but it kind of gave me some goals. I think it really helped me academically to set goals and to realize the value of good grades and help volunteering and things like that. I think it really set me straight in that area. There's a lot of alumni events where alum will come and they're really successful in their field, some of them, so you kind of get that network. And you know, if you apply for a job and you say I was a blah blah blah, and whoever you're interviewing is like I was a blah 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 too, like it's that kind of automatic connection. And I don't want to say sisterhood because it sounds so stupid, but it really is like kind of like a family connection that you get, where sometimes you don't like your family. I mean, you definitely don't get along with all 160 girls, but if you need something, you can always go to that person. So I think that was a huge benefit.
A good support system.
Even if I didn't like you, I still felt like I could ask, like if I needed help with calc, and I know you were good at calc, I could still ask you for, you know, calc help.
Is Greek life like the movies? I think it really depends on what school you're at. I think the school that we attend, like Greek life isn't as big, so, and like certain ways,
it's like so stereotypical and so not stereotypical at the same time. It's really hard to explain.
Yeah.
It's a weird mixture. I wouldn't say like, obviously like Legally Blonde is a movie and like it's not that over the top, but there are some really over the top aspects, and there's some like, you know, dumb girls. I don't think I met I mean, really, all the girls in our sorority I think our sorority had a way higher average GPA than the general public at our school. So I think there's a mixture for sure.
And Greek life is really huge, so there's not just like the social Greek chapters. There's also like engineering Greek like houses and stuff. So Greek life's like way bigger than what I feel like they present in like the movies and and stuff.
Here comes the train.
Yeah.
To your house. We'll see how loud it gets. Train break.
The longest train
This
of
is
my
way
life.
longer than they usually are. They're usually really short. Hallelujah, it's raining. How did we drop?
So we both were in the same house and we both dropped. I personally dropped because it was getting a little bit of expensive and I felt like it wasn't worth it to me anymore to keep paying for it. This year I wanted to get internships and really focus on my career, so I dropped.
She's a fresh drop.
Yeah. Literally fresh out the house.
Fresh out the house.
Fresh out the house.
I dropped. When did I drop?
Last year.
Yeah, last year. There were a lot of things kind of that led up to my dropping. I guess first and kind of most obviously, it was really expensive. Like prioritizing, like do I want to go on a trip, or do I want to be in Greek life? Kind of learning to prioritize my expenses, I guess. And then some really intense, well, my ex-boyfriend started dating one of my sorority sisters, so that made it a little ox. So I was like, well, I don't really want to be at parties with him and her, and it didn't end well. So I kind of realized, like, I'm always going to have these friends that I've made, no matter if I'm in a sorority or not now. So I didn't feel like necessarily like it was worth it financially for me anymore.
Do you regret joining a sorority? No. I have made some lifelong friends, and I think that, you know, anyone should try it and see if it works for them. For me, it worked my freshman, sophomore year, but now I'm kind of over it. So, but I still have such amazing friends out of it.
I would never say that I regret being in a sorority. I feel like it gave me so much more confidence at the beginning of my college career, and it helped me to kind of figure out my priorities academically, which was awesome. I probably wouldn't be doing as well in school if I hadn't been a part of my sorority, honestly. I'm so glad I did it freshman and sophomore year of college. So thanks for watching,
Yeah, thank you for watching
our sorority tell-all, I guess. Comment any questions you have below about Greek life. We'd be happy to answer with our experience. Obviously, everybody's experience is different, so we can only speak to our experience here.
Thanks for watching. Make sure that you subscribe and like this video, and also follow us on Instagram. We linked below, or down below. Bye. Bye, bye, bye. Bye, bye, bye. Bye, bye, bye.
Oh, well, that was good.
We didn't even plan that. All right.